So that being said, no, seriously though, you're not wrong. Like his stats aren't popping. Like I'm not looking at them like, oh my god, like this is like this is ridiculous. Wait, why are we very respects every person? Oh my god, Jack! Like I told you, man. Anytime you want to sit down with me and watch a football game, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Nothing. I got, dude. I got nothing.
I can show you some stuff. You ready?
No, I got his preseason stats right in front of me right now. Like,
well, I was only going off the last game. So if we look at
his first quarter was trash.
If we look at the last game in here, I'm going to play this behind us. If we look at the last game and look at his numbers, in this game, he threw 6 for 13, 75 yards. He had 1 carry for 7 yards. He took 23 snaps on the field and threw for 46% completion. Now, somebody like Bruce, who does not like his little Justin Fields guy, he would call this play right here great. But the thing I'm looking at it is this is flashy. This is what Bruce said Justin Fields was. This is flashy. And what did you say about Justin Fields, Bruce, when you called him flashy?
No, stop. Justin Fields does not make that throw. You know why Justin Fields does not make that throw? Because he doesn't. So, all right,
DPI, by the way.
Start it. Is it looping, Connor? No, it's not. Run it
no,
back.
That play isn't. I don't know when that play was. Oh, here it is.
So his eyes the whole time are down the field. The entire time his eyes are looking downfield to make a passing play the whole time. Whereas Justin Fields, on the other hand, and like I don't even want to compare it to him. Like I don't, because I think they're actually 2 different classes of quarterbacks. I think Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields. No, he had fucked up footwork before at Ohio State. So I'll show you videos of that too. But and footwork has nothing to do with being able to read a defense either. So what I was saying though is Justin Fields is a win with guy. Caleb Williams is a win because of guy.
Bruce, when I was looking for,
hold on, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going into this cautiously optimistic because, brother, I've been burned so many times on Bears quarterbacks. So many times. And while, yes, the excitement is there. And yes, I'm hearing from national pundits, oh my God, Caleb Williams, oh my God. But I'm also hearing from national pundits, oh my God, Justin Fields should start for the Steelers. Okay, God bless him. Hopefully he does well. I don't give a shit about that. All right. So I'm just going to
talk about the fact that this was terrible defense by this defender. That throw is not even that impressive. It was just terrible defense.
That doesn't. Are you kidding? Against his body. Hold on, against his body.
It was off one. It was a good throw, but it was a flashy throw. When I was looking for
throw, but like I've got top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL that can make that throw too.
When I was looking for clips to put behind us while we were talking about Caleb Williams, 2 plays showed up because of how poorly Caleb Williams played in this game. And look, if you want to talk about Justin Fields play bad, let me read you what Justin Fields did against the Bills. He went 11 for 17 with 92 passing yards. He had 8 carries with 42 yards on the ground. He only played 20 snaps. He played 3 less snaps than Caleb Williams and had a 64.7% completion rate.
Okay, so did you pull? So we need to pull a video of him missing the deep post.
Well, yes, I have the videos you sent me, and Dan Orlovsky talking.
So again, it goes back to my original point, though. Like, okay, cool, he's doing a great job. He's a check down Charlie. He's a check down Charlie, and that's all he is. Or he runs because he can't read the defense, and then he just starts to run, dude. And like, I'm not trying to hate on the guy at all. I think he's like I want him to be really good. I want him to be great. I want him to do well for the Steelers. God bless. To our friends that we talked to last year, that's our Steelers guys. Like, I hope he does well for the Steelers. That's awesome. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'd rather have Tyson Bagent as my backup quarterback than Justin Fields.
And Tyson Bagent played good. He played really well in 18 snaps against the same defense Caleb Williams was playing against.
So there was
roughly the same defense.
So I'll end it with this. There was a stat last year with the amount of time it took Tyson Bagent to get rid of the ball as a rookie that didn't play D1 ball. He played, like, what did he play? Like D2 ball?
D2.
Yeah. So he was able to dissect and read a defense faster than Justin Fields was, and he was able to get the ball out faster than Justin Fields was. But everyone blames it on the offensive line. It wasn't the offensive line's fault. They're a middle of the pack offensive line. A lot of people have problems with their offensive line. The Kansas City Chiefs had at one point had problems with their offensive line. And yes, okay, they have a Hall of Fame quarterback as their quarterback, but he's able to get rid of the football in a time frame and after reading a defense and reading a coverage that is at more obviously adequate. He's more than adequate, but adequate enough to not be sacked, to not be pressured, not be put in a situation where he needs to tuck the ball and run. Whereas previously last year, we had a quarterback that would make one read, didn't like what he saw, or just didn't recognize it and tuck the ball and run, or make a play, hold the ball, and then be sacked. All right. Tyson Bagent was at least able to get rid of the ball within that, 2.3 second, 2.7 second time frame that NFL quarterbacks should be able to do. That's it. That's all I got. You're muted again, dog.
Shoot. You talk about Justin Fields and you say Tyson Bagent, he can dissect plays, he can get the ball off. Well, it looks like he was doing just that in the same defense that Caleb Williams was playing against, because this defense Caleb Williams was throwing 46% completion against, Tyson Bagent went 7 for 8, 87 passing yards. He had a carry on the ground for 10 yards. In 18 snaps, he went 87.5% completion percentage.
Did you watch the game?
Literally,
it was also against third and fourth stringers at that point.
I mean, it was roughly a different defense. The whole defense didn't get subbed out. I mean, Caleb Williams was playing pretty much the same defense Tyson Bagent was, just a couple subs out. It's not like they swapped the entire defense out.
No, I can take that.
For the two. It's just Tyson Bagent. I mean, he played better ball than Caleb Williams.
Okay, so should the Bears start Tyson Bagent over Caleb Williams, Connor, by that logic?
Should they? Should your first overall draft pick?
No. That's not my question. Take that out of the equation. Don't even think about that like that. If these two quarterbacks were on the Saints right now, would you start Tyson Bagent over Caleb Williams, Connor, on the Saints?
No, because I have a business aspect to my team. I just drafted somebody number 1 overall. I put all my eggs in the basket for this dude. This guy's game is on the line for my team. If he doesn't produce, my team's done. I can't put a D2 quarterback in and expect him to produce the same numbers I want in number 1 overall.
You just said it yourself.
He does.
Okay. I'm gonna summarize here. What Connor is saying is he is concerned by, or maybe more accurately, not impressed by what he saw from Caleb Williams. He's pointing out that Tyson Bagent had better efficiency. He's pointing out that other than maybe 2 plays, Caleb Williams did not impress him. That is the point. He's not saying.
Are you telling me this, or are you telling the audience?
Both.
Oh well,
he's not. He's not saying.
I'm pretty sure I can understand what he's saying.
Well, but you're going off about whether or not Caleb Williams should start. Connor never said Caleb Williams should start.
I just told him that Tyson Bagent had better numbers. I did say that, didn't I?
Yes. Correct. What Connor said was he is concerned that there's a little bit too much of Justin Fields there. That's the point. This is not should Caleb Williams start.
No, it's not, because
of course he should.
No, it's not, because the amount of time that it takes for Caleb Williams to actually throw the ball is like infinitely better than it was with Justin Fields in just the preseason. And yes, it's the preseason, but infinitely better. We're not even taking into consideration that's a completely different offensive coordinator for the whole team, not just like a rookie quarterback coming into a
same offensive line though.
I'm sorry?
Same offensive line though.
Yeah, and that's fine.
That's my actual concern. I get that. That's my actual concern.
I don't disagree with that 100% at all. I really don't. I actually think that they do have flaws with the offensive line. Their center position, that's a question mark. Their left tackle position, that's a question mark. You're not wrong. And the health of even their left guard. I think he plays left guard. Nate Davis, that's a question mark. The only really 2 people on that line that I actually do I feel confident in are Darnell Wright and Tavon Jenkins. That's it. So Tevin
Jenkins is healthy though. That's
Agreed.
the thing.
Right, I agree. And he's a
I like
monster.
Wright. I really like Wright. He was a Senior Bowl guy. I really like Wright. Jenkins is great when he's on the field. But
Correct.
no, that's my actual concern is Caleb Williams playing in a pro style offense for the first time with the offensive coordinator who ruined Russell Wilson behind an offensive line that is suspect at best.
With
That
the
is
offensive
not
coordinator that also made Geno Smith like better than a
no,
backup quarterback.
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
So if just be logical here, if Russell Wilson forgot how to throw a football because of him, and then Geno Smith came in and had a good year, I would I still have major concerns.
That's the
Russell
same
Wilson was
argument
one of
saying
the
that
best quarterbacks in
Justin
football.
Fields' footwork was ruined because of the Chicago Bears. Like that's idiotic in my opinion because he has personal people that he works with.
So there's
not
a difference between changing footwork and
It's not a
changing
singular,
playstyle.
but it's not. But you're it's so binary. It's not binary. There's so many great areas in regards to footwork, in regards to players being ruined. Like I honestly just like Russell Wilson just ended up having a falling off. That's it. I really do.
Jack does make a good point, but again, what I'm saying is
That's
don't
true.
give. So there was such a good offensive situation there in Seattle. So it can't, you can't have it both ways. It can't be that it's Shane Waldron, right? That's the offensive coordinator's name.
Yes.
Can't be that Shane Waldron didn't ruin Russell Wilson, but gets credit for Geno Smith. They can't both be true.
I said that. I don't think he ruined. I don't think he ruined Russell Wilson. I don't think he did.
So
Like
Russell
if you look at his, but if you look at his stats, Pete Carroll, like you saw the decline with him with Pete Carroll's offense because like predominantly it was Pete Carroll's offense.
Pete Carroll's
And yes,
a defensive
Shane
guy.
Waldron
He's not an
was
offensive guy. Pete Carroll is not an offensive guy. Shane Waldron was the offensive guy. Shane Waldron was the quarterback's coach.
I don't think he ruined him.
So my point, and I'm not saying that Shane Waldron deserves sole responsibility for either one, and that he'll deserve sole responsibility for however Caleb Williams does. My point is, it's very concerning that Russell Wilson, who was one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL for a decade, got a quarterback's coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was either quarterback coach or offensive coordinator, and Shane Waldron, who had a heavy influence on Russell Wilson in his last few years. It was not Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was the defensive guy. And then Russell Wilson seemingly forgets how to throw a football. Obviously, that year in Denver was just chaos, right?
Okay.
But then
So that was my next question.
Smith coming in.
You brought up an amazing point with Bo Nix, saying that like if Sean Payton can't like fix you, then like nobody can. Or if Sean Payton can't like
Russell Wilson
like,
was not willing to be fixed by Sean Payton.
Okay, well then that's a different thing though. Then
yes, but I don't believe that in his well, maybe not happy, but I don't believe that in his situation in Seattle, where it would concern me if Russell Wilson got pissed off because of Shane Waldron and wanted to.
Shit, I wish he did because his flaky ass didn't want to do anything. Sorry.
All I'm saying is I would not take so much weight in somebody. Geno Smith was a good quarterback. Geno Smith never got a good opportunity. Seattle's a good opportunity for a quarterback like Geno Smith. So I think and I will say this to myself as well, giving Shane Waldron too much disrespect because of what happened with Russell Wilson is not fair, but also giving him too much respect because of what happened with Geno Smith is not fair. All I'm saying is I would have some concern if I was a Bears fan regarding Shane Waldron having a heavy influence on Caleb Williams' development in the NFL. In my opinion, there should have been a better offensive quarterback-minded person put in that position for arguably one of the greatest talents to come out of college in the last 25 years.
I don't know. I think you're wrong. But regardless.
But why?
I don't think you can't say that a guy okay, so talent
we need to pull the clips on what you said about Matt Nagy for years.
Fair. But fair. Talent rises to the top though, correct? Like the old school Macho Man, ooh, the cream always rises to the top.
Yes and no. I truly believe that Aaron Rodgers could have won 3 more MVPs if it wasn't for Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy almost tanked Aaron Rodgers' career. Matt LaFleur saved it.
Okay, so that's an interesting take too, though. So,
Like
but
there
you're
is a huge influence.
so, like,
Like
okay,
Luke Getzey's offense last year. You
is
can't tell me
Russell
that if
Wilson.
somebody else was
So
calling
you're
plays,
comparing right
Justin
now
Fields would have
Russell
been better.
Wilson to Aaron Rodgers right now. Is that correct?
No, I'm just making like general
Coaching,
like play calling / coaching impact on
okay,
quarterbacks.
right? Interesting.
But I'm not going to say that if Mike McCarthy didn't coach the Packers for 2 more years, we don't see something happen with Rodgers like it did with Wilson. It's very possible.
So I was
Because
actually going to say, okay, so
Mike
I think
McCarthy lost his ability to call plays.
how old is Russell Wilson right now?
Russell Wilson came out of the league in 2012, so that would put him about 34, 33, 34. Actually, about the same age as Derek Carr.
He's 35. He's 35.
Thank you, Connor.
Couple years older than Derek Carr.
So the gripe. Go ahead, Connor.
My question is, do y'all think? I mean, we've been presented 2 circumstances where one of y'all have said, okay, well, Russell Wilson's been ruined by Shane Waldron, and Geno Smith might have been brought back to former glory or brought back to glory with Geno Smith. Do we see Caleb Williams being brought to glory or being ruined with Shane Waldron?
Okay, so this is tough. Okay, let's be realistic on this. All right, I'm not going to notice that the jersey has been purchased yet. That's not because I don't think so. No, seriously though, that's not because I don't think he's going to be a stud. Because I actually do think he's going to be a stud. However, okay, so this is so bad. It's like being the tallest kid or the tallest kid in like the short line or whatever. I almost, but
whoa,
yeah, right, bro. But so he's gonna be the best quarterback in Bears history. All right, and I know,
Yeah.
and I know what that means to a lot of people. It means absolutely jack shit. It means absolutely nothing. So currently, right now, the best quarterback in the Chicago Bears history, right?
Cutler.
Huh?
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler, yes. So also shout out to McMahon. Happy birthday. Your birthday was this week. But sorry, man, you're not the best quarterback in Bears history. Could have been if it wasn't for some bullshit ass Packer. But I digress. Anyway.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
But no, in all seriousness, though, he's gonna be the best quarterback in Bears history. We also have to like understand though that while the expectation level of this quarterback is so high, and again, you already said it too, MJ, like possibly the best college prospect to come out of the NCAA in 25 years. Is that what you said?
One of the best in the last 25 years, like him, Andrew Luck. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, right.
Yeah.
So guess what, though? He's going to be a rookie. A rookie's going to make mistakes. And CJ Stroud last year was just a diamond in the rough, like a absolute anomaly, not because of his skill set, because he's an absolute stud, but like you just don't see that. You don't.
Yeah.
Do college programs and colleges run more pro style offenses now? Yes, they do. However, Caleb Williams did not come from a pro style offense. So there are going to be hiccups. There are going to be issues. Did it help that the Bears were like, yeah, we're going to take you? I guarantee there was some back conversation saying that the Bears are going to take you, Caleb Williams, at number 1. So that way he was able to train like early, like February, March, April, right before the drafts. So that way he was able to get familiarized with like taking snaps under center and blah, 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 footwork, this, that, and the other. Okay, awesome. We got to just pump the brakes. Like, let the guy be a rookie.
Yeah.
Let the guy just do his stuff. And I can't believe I'm actually being this level-headed right now with this. But just let him be a rookie. That's it.
My last thing regarding Caleb Williams, I want to say first and foremost, I literally argued and screamed back and forth with Connor for 4 or 5 hours in Mobile, Connor, because of Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. Like, I think Caleb Williams is that good.
Agree.
So what I have to balance, both as a hopefully logical person some days, and then a guy who wears this hat.
Yeah, a Packer fan, right.
I have to balance that belief I had in Caleb Williams coming out of college and the fact that I have seen the Bears ruin so many talented players. And I understand that it may be a different coaching staff, but at the end of the day, until I see it proven otherwise, it is a dysfunctional organization.
Right. It's there until it's not.
Exactly. It's the same way that I will not bet against Patrick Mahomes until I see like somebody continually beat him. Like if Patrick Mahomes is in the Super Bowl, I'm betting for him, right? And so until I see the Bears get to that point with Caleb Williams, I'm going to have a healthy level of skepticism regarding their ability to transform him into a top 10 level quarterback. I think he can absolutely produce best quarterback in Bears history numbers, right? Because again, nobody's thrown for 3,000. Nobody's throwing for 4,000?
4,000.
Nobody's throwing for 4,000 yards. He needs like 25 touchdowns or something to break. Like it's going to be so easy, hypothetically, for him to break some of these Bears quarterback records. But you've got the third largest market in the country, such high expectations, number one pick. I agree. Actually, I agree with you, Bruce. I hope that Bears fans and just kind of general media as a whole, we give him some time.
It's not going to happen. We know this.
It's not, but I will still, back you up, and I will still say we need to give him time. It is the NFL. This is one of the hardest things to do in the country is play quarterback in the National Football League, and even harder, do that in Chicago.
But I will say, though, the one thing that I do like about him is like, MJ, I know you said that you haven't had the opportunity to watch any Hard Knocks episodes or whatever, but hopefully you've seen it in like press conferences or whatever. That like, dude, like you can totally tell that like Justin Fields is just comfortable in his own skin. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's just. Oh, I said Justin Fields. Wow,
you did.
Sorry, I just saw a highlight of like they just showed him. So Caleb Williams is like comfortable in his own skin. He doesn't give a shit. Like he's a dude. Like, and one of the coolest things that they talked about, I actually Big Cat from Barstool Sports did a great interview with him. And I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw an excerpt of it. And Big Cat asks Caleb Williams, he's like, dude, he's like, so what's the story about you bringing your whole offensive line to? I hope Kenny's watching this because he'll appreciate this.
Kenny's in the background, yeah.
Oh, word. Okay. He's like, what's the story about you bringing your whole it's a holding. What's the story about you bringing your whole offensive line to the Heisman? And I'm paraphrasing, obviously. He's like, yeah, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to be where I was at. And we saw what happened with his offensive line. And he's like, so what'd you guys do after you won? He's like, well, the cool thing is they set the Heisman winner up with like a suite. And he's like, no joke. We just went upstairs and like, we hung out, we ate some wings and drank some. He's like, so the big guys drank some beers and we just talked and had fun. And then Barstool, or what's called, Big Cat was just like, he's like, oh, so you're just doing an old school like type 9? He's like, yeah, just hanging out with the guys and just like being a dude. He's like, it was awesome. And like that, like just hearing like the humility that's involved with that, like I was like, oh, that's awesome. And whereas like last year we got from like our previous starting quarterback. Yeah, Well, maybe I got it's the offense's fault. Offensive coordinator, like he's not calling the right plays.
To be fair, he wasn't.
He wasn't
calling the right plays. Straight screen passes. Good series, guys.
And then you know what he should have done? He should have put Justin Fields in at running back. Ah,
dang.